Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're driving a 2017 Volkswagen GTI. Alright guys, we're here in a 2017 Volkswagen GTI with only 543 miles. So again, another low mileage car. And what I love about this GTI, first off, is it's a 6-speed manual. So we've been driving this car for a little bit and it just drives fantastic. A stick really makes this car. I know Volkswagen makes a great DSG and that certainly is a fantastic transmission, but it's just so much fun going through the gears around town here with this nice 6-speed. The clutch is nice and light. This is a stock shift knob, right? Looks like a golf ball almost. And it's really a fun car to drive. Now this is a front wheel drive car. The Golf R would be your all-wheel drive car. But these GTIs, I've always wanted one, and you know, for whatever reason, I never had one, but they're just such a blast to drive. So this is the 4-door, and this is the autobahn version. And this car is 220 horsepower. That's correct, yeah. 200, roughly 50 foot-pounds of torque. 258 foot-pounds. And from a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbo. And these cars are very tunable too. This car is 100% stock, right? 100% stock. And I think it's really perfect in that stock form, but I know there's a lot of people like to tune their cars, and that's great. I'm sure you can get some really good power out of this this car, and it's got a great chassis, so they're always great handling cars. This could be, you know, this is your daily driver, right? Yeah, daily driver. Yeah, I mean, this is like the perfect daily driver. You can get it in stick. You know, if you're commuting a lot of traffic, or you just want, you know, a great dual clutch transmission, of course you'll get the DSG. I just think that this stick is funny, is fun at all speeds. I think it's funny they put all these speed bumps on this road. I used to live down here, and this must be new, because when I lived here it wasn't... They caught on to us. Yeah, exactly. We used to, what we would do on these streets. But anyway, I had my old 84 Z28 with my leaky T-tops, and this was like blasting stop sign to stop sign, you know?
Almost the same. Volkswagen's leaks, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a daily driver, Glenn, but the clutch is so easy in this car.
Oh yeah, it's so light. And now, does it have, like, say the BMW or the other newer cars have, where it doesn't roll back on hills? They have the brake assist?
It doesn't. It will freak you out if you didn't know that the first time.
Okay, so it does have that.
Yeah. Driving stick for so long, the first time I thought my brakes had seized.
I didn't know that either. I had my 08 M3. You had one too, right? I had the E90 sedan and stick, and Interlagos blue. Yeah, and I didn't know that. I was wondering, like, sometimes you want to roll back on purpose.
Exactly.
Like you want to scare the guy behind you, or you just want to, and I'm like, why won't this car roll back?
Back off.
Yeah, so that makes it easy. You know, the way stick shifts are today, the clutches are so light. Again, they keep you from rolling back on hills. So if you're a new driver, you should really try to get maybe an older GTI and stick, and that would be a really good car to learn on. Yep, I lived right in there, the next block, walking distance to here.
Did you have any car infatuation back then?
Yeah. I was born with the car infatuation. It didn't make sense because I'm not from a car family. I was obsessed with cars.
My father liked cars, but we were, you know, he had money in real estate, so
yeah.
So he, you know, he drove nice cars, but plain, you know, Lexus, you know, stuff. But I was the guy with the, since I was, even before I got my license, I had, my first car was a 280Z.
Oh, nice.
80.
I had a babysitter at 280Z, and they put either my younger brother sat in my lap, or we put him in the back. Now, what does the autobahn edition give you?
So the autobahn nowadays gives you the nicer interior.
Okay. Okay. So this is an upgraded interior.
Upgraded interior, correct. You have a choice of the leather. Popular is also the plaid seating, which a lot of people like.
Oh yeah.
You get the extra 10 horsepower.
Okay.
So it's 210.
Yep.
220 with the boost.
Oh, this car sounds nice when you get into it, huh?
Yeah.
Whoops. I mean, you can feel the front-wheel drive nature of it, but it still is a very good handling car. We're taking on some 40-mile-an-hour turns here, and it really almost no body roll.
So this it's a GTI, attraction, right? Is that right there? It's not a 0 to 60 wow car, but you can get into it on the corners.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a sleeper too. I mean, these cars are very quick cars. They're a blast to drive. And when you own one of these cars, you want to take the long way everywhere, right? You want to try to take the back roads.
I drive cars with more MSRP in it, but this is the fun factor in this car. Is hard to beat.
Yeah, and they're they got a cult following too. I remember when a little kid, like my favorite commercials were those Volkswagen GTI commercials with all the GTIs driving around, and they're still, all these years later. Wow. And this car's totally stock. It's got a good growl to it.
Totally stock. And I'll tell you, from a 17-year-old up to 65-year-olds, right? There's no age limit on a GTI.
Yeah. And what I like about the GTIs, I actually like the 4-doors better, like this one, is because you can actually fit adults in the back seat.
You can.
So if you want to go out with your buddies, you can take your car, because you probably like to drive, and you can fit your friends in the back. I'm 6 feet tall, I fit in the back seat. And if you have a family, little kids turn into big kids, and you don't have to get a different car because your kids are growing. And this could be a great everyday car. You don't have to spend a lot of money on some fancy SUV where you can have a fun to drive car like this, right? That fits everybody.
Decent gas mileage too if you drive.
Yeah, and the gas mileage, I was looking at the window sticker. What was the average? Like 24, 25?
Yep, correct, yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's great. I mean, if you can get that kind of gas mileage, it makes it definitely worthwhile as a daily driver. So I like this car so much, we're gonna take some more turns with it. I might not even drive this car on the highway. I don't know if, I'm sure it's great on the highway, but.
That's the thing about the GTI, the higher the rev, the better, right? So these cars need to be revved to really feel the power band. Now
with the turbo motors, the Redline 6,000 RPM, but that's still plenty of RPMs. And this car has a limited slip differential, but it's electronic, right? It comes into the sport mode, or
right. You have to activate sport mode, and it'll turn it on.
Okay.
Right. So the performance package, which used to be an option, is now included in the Autobahn. 10 horsepower. You get the bigger brakes.
Okay. Which is important. People always remember, power or suspension, but the one thing they always forget is the brakes.
The brakes in here are phenomenal, and they are brakes, right? So you get some suspension tweaks on the stabilizer bars, and then the e-diff.
Okay.
So that's part of the performance package. The 10 horsepower is obtainable, like I said, with 93 octane.
I can tell you that the ride is really nice. I mean, we're going through these turns. We're in sport mode. Right. We're going through these turns, and there's really no body roll. This is a real bumpy road, so if you see any movement, it's because of the bumpiness of the road. But I mean, this ride's a heck of a lot smoother than my GLA 45 AMG. That's really a harsh ride. This is really like a great compromise of a sports, a hot hatch and suspension.
That's what I liked about it,
Yeah. These are fantastic cars for the money. Now, this car with the Autobahn package was roughly, you said, 35,000?
Yeah, roughly 35,000.
Okay.
They start in the mid to 20s if you want to go with an S.
Okay.
Stripped down.
Yep.
Which is a great car because you don't need all this stuff.
Right.
That's what the GTI is about,
Yeah.
If you want all the bells and whistles, there's other routes you can go.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great handling front-wheel drive car. Sometimes you can't say that in the same sentence.
That's right. Exactly right.
But Volkswagen knows what they're doing, and they're fun. To me, most important thing about a car is if it's fun to drive.
That's what I love. I love the stick shift, and they're going away. They're becoming extinct, unfortunately.
Yeah, are they? Is it going away for this car too? For the GTIs?
I don't believe it is. The 2018 is a new model coming out in the fall.
And you can still get it in stick?
Still offering it, so Volkswagen still gets it.
Now, obviously, you got 500 miles on this car, so you bought it new.
Correct.
Was it hard to find one in stick? Like, did you go to the dealer and most of them were DSG cars? Because I'm sure that's the more popular.
It is. The DSG is the most popular. It was hard to find one in the color I'd wanted.
Okay.
They had a couple sticks, but they were always in a color I didn't want. But it is difficult,
Right, to find one. It's not that easy, right?
And for resale, they say that the ESG has more resale value, but people who want to stick will travel.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometime I've had to travel to find one in a stick shift, or if you order a car in stick. I typically buy used cars, but if you buy a new one in stick, like the dealer wants a bigger deposit because they're like, oh, we can't sell that car. Yeah, it's a very nimble car. I like smaller cars, like just enough to fit me or whoever I have to carry with me. I don't really like having like this big, bloated, heavy car. These cars are wider than you think. I was behind one actually driving here on the Parkway, and I was behind him, like, oh cool, that's the car I'm going to go drive. And it's wider than you think, right? Like there's plenty of room in here.
There is. Oh yeah, no, it's great.
If you've driven one of the old GTIs from the 80s or 90s, it's like much smaller inside.
Rubbing shoulders.
Yeah.
And we've been in sport mode too. Interestingly, the DCC, the chassis control, is an Autobahn feature. You'd be surprised. Oops.
I only drive in sport mode, just so you know.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how the comfort actually, changes the dynamic.
Okay. I mean, that sport mode was, I think, perfect. It was a perfect blend of handling. It wasn't stiff at all. I wouldn't even say it's on the softer side. I'm sure you can, everybody throws coilovers and makes this tighter, and you don't really need to do that, because we were going up and down those exit ramps and the car was staying flat the whole time, and then you're giving up drivability when you really kind of have it from the factory. And this interior is a really nice place to be. It really has like an Audi-esque interior.
It's great.
Yeah, you don't get that, if you buy an STI or an Evo, what lets you down is the interior. Either money went to the performance where it should go, but this is a great compromise. You can have your wife or girlfriend in this car and they'll think it's a nice place to be, right? You try to get them in your STI or Evo, they're like, oh, I don't want to take that hard plastic car,
The rides aren't as great, right? And even at night, this is a nice place to be. They didn't go gaudy with the lighting.
Do they? I haven't driven a Volkswagen in a while. They still have the blue gauges at night, or no?
In the R, they do.
In the R, okay. Yeah, this was a great drive. So definitely check out the new GTIs. I mean, for $35,000, you get one heck of a car. They'll have great resale value. They're very tunable cars if you want to do modifications to it. And I think this car is definitely a must-buy. This is a car that can, you can even do track days with this. I see plenty of these cars at the autocross. This car has the upgraded brakes, so you can certainly do track days with it. So I think this would be a great buy. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Check out our website, glenscarcollection.com. I have every video I ever did there, plus ebooks and all kinds of articles on that. Share this video with your friends so our channel can grow, and leave a positive comment below. All 4 of those allow us to grow and for me to keep making videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Take care.